Hello everyone, welcome to another Puzzle and Dragons video. This is going to be my review slash impressions of the new Dragonbound and Dragon Caller special event that was released late last night slash this morning. Full disclosure, I don't know if I would consider myself expert enough to do a proper, you should always believe this kind of review of this event. But I'm going to give you my impressions of it, and you can, I guess, listen to it if you want to. So with that disclaimer aside, let's take a look at the event. So first of all, it's going to run from Monday, this coming Monday, and then for 2 weeks. It is a 10-stone rare egg machine, so there's special monsters featuring it you can only get from this machine, and each pull at the machine will be 10 stones, and they're the new Dragonbound and Dragon Caller monsters. Let's see, what else is there? So it looks like in total there are 11 new monsters. There is I didn't know it's called Idea in English. I thought it's called Ideal in Japanese. So we have Idea, and then we have 5 6-stars and 5 5-stars, and Nay is also in there 5 times in all of her 5 evolved forms, so you can pull her if you roll her luckily as a 7-star. Gunko is also being nice and giving us a free roll if you are rank 50 from this machine, and it looks like you can get the exact same things. I don't know why they listed it twice, I guess just in case. So let's jump over to this so we can see what these monsters are like. And again, I'm just going to give you what my impressions of them are. There might be different opinions, or I don't know, better advice on a different location, but I just wanted to get my thoughts out there just because I have opinions about them. And it's a very exciting time. I want to say this is, because it's a 10-stone egg machine, it's pretty comparable to the Monster Hunter collab and also the Heroines REM. Specifically, it's actually very comparable to the Heroines REM. So let's get into the review of the monsters within. So this is the Japanese, on Paddock's, the Japanese announcement site. I just wanted to use this one because it has all the monsters all in one screen. So again, here's a summary of what they got, which is what we're getting to in the 7 stars Ideal, and then 5 Nays, and then 6-star and 5-star. So let's talk about them. First is Ideal, which is Idea in America, apparently. So her active skill is a 2-turn delay with a D Kali style, aka Rainbow, with hearts, board changer, with max turns of 13, which is okay. I think if you'd probably be using it more for the rainbow, or I would use it more for the rainbow part. If you're thinking about cost of the skill, D Kali's rainbow alone is 7 turns, so you're paying 6 turns for a 2-turn delay, which is, I guess, not the worst. Let's see what else. Her leader skill, she does have 2 forms, a dark main form and a light main form. The dark main form, which is this one, is a combo-based leader, where I think if you get 10 combos, you get 15 X attack. It's something if you make a lot of combos, you can get up to 15 X attack. So it's a slow scaling multiplier, which is nice. She's similar, I want to say it's around Kushinada Hime's damage. It's kind of like scales similarly to Kushinada Hime, except you don't get the no Skyfall. And she also doesn't have an HP buff. However, looking at her awakening, she actually has several team HP increases, which may, in a very minor way, make up for the Kushinada's HP buff. She's also unbindable, and she does have guard break, and she has RCV boost, but that doesn't matter as much. Not shown here, she has a light form, which actually is a rainbow leader, and that light form has 3 double 7 combos. Her leader skill in that one, again, is a rainbow-based leader skill. So it seems like they like to put the guard break on the other evolution, which is not the rainbow one. So if you want to use the guard break on the dark form, you're going to have to use a rainbow team, or get all rainbow in there. For me, Ideal, I would love to have her, of course. 777 combos is not yet something that has been... This is the first time it's going to be in America, and spoiler, there's one more card that has 777 combos. So I might make the light form just for that, but the dark form, I don't have a Kushina Hime, so it might be nice to have a slow scaling, high damage, combo based leader. I have Anubis, who is not slow scaling, it's 0 to 100 real quick. So I would love to have Ideal. She is pretty rare as a 7-star, but we'll talk about a little bit about maybe what the expected rates in my mind might be later on. So let's continue down. Beautiful, she's pretty. I would love to have her. You'd be really lucky if she rolled her, etc. So we're gonna jump to the 5 stars now. Again, ideal 7-star. There's 5 5-stars and 5 6-stars. So let's go through the 5 stars. First is number 6. So number 6, the first thing that stands out for me is that he has 3 god killers, which I think having 3 of the same type of killers is not has not happened yet in North America. So he does have 3 god killers, which is crazy. It would be triple killers would probably be the most useful in these challenge dungeons, like the one-shots that we've been getting a lot of, or maybe in a a monthly challenge dungeon, or maybe some ranking dungeon. Basically in those niche times when you know there's like a few spawns, there's one crazy boss where you need like something to like punch through really hard, that's when you want triple killers. His leader skill is nothing, it's times 25. It's unconditional times 25, which is not very high at all. His active skill just makes a bunch of fire orbs, so it makes a lot of his primary colors. So number 6's main value to me appears to be in the triple killers, which is great. I don't think, again, triple god killer exists right now, so it'd be a great use for those challenge dungeons. And that's a similar theme through a lot of the 5 stars, such as this one is called Kiri. I don't know what it is. I don't know what the names are in English. I'm reading them in Japanese, and I was studying them in Japanese when they first came out. But Kiri, similarly to number 6, has triple killers, triple dragons, so kind of like a water Tsubaki with more killers. So again, very useful in those niche situations when you have some crazy boss monster with 200 million HP. Since she's an attacker, I think that also means she can equip healer killers. I don't know offhand the types of latents they could equip based on their type. But her active skill, her active skill is also interesting. She is kind of similar to the blue puppeteer in that she is she changes the enemy color into red. So if you don't have a puppeteer, which I don't, you can use her as that. And I would actually like to have her. And also her leader skill synergizes well with that active, because her leader skill reduces water damage it reduces fire damage by 75%. So like, you know how Nerva reduces fire damage and light damage, I believe, by 75%? This is similar to that, so you can maybe use her as a Minerva replacement, although Minerva is unbindable, so maybe mostly as a sub on a Minerva team instead of Blue Puppeteer if you don't have her for those cheese kills, as Panda Pet here on YouTube does. Yes. Her leader skill is fine, it's max times 25, nothing to call home about. So, this is not in order. Let me jump down to the correct order. Is it nerdy that I know the order of these? So, the next 5-star we have is Chattel. So Chattel is, he's 6-star here, but he's 5-star base. This is evolved form. So similar to the other two, he's triple devil killers. His leader skill is a 7/6, but it has a very small attack multiplier, so I would not consider it worth getting. His active skill is a double orb change to wood and a haste, so that's fine. Again, I want to say for these 5 stars, the running theme so far is they have triple killers. Triple devil on a green kind of replicates what Mido does from the Heroine's Rem, who I believe is double devil killers. So if you don't have a Mido, which I don't, I would like to roll this because this is like a Mido replacement, and Mido's main use in my mind right now is as a 3-player Oichi sub to be able to beat the last 2 floors with devil killers. So this might allow me to make an Oichi team, because right now I run Inihime, as you might have seen on my channel. I run an Inihime 3-player carry team, but this might let me make a Oichi one, which I do have an Oichi. So let's see. Next one is where's the light one? Sorry for all the gross scrolling. Ah, here he is. So this is Lasios. So Lasios this is his base form, his 5-star. His active is a shield, probably a 35% shield, I'm guessing. And he makes a light column and a red column. So he's a shield plus light and red for 12 turns. His leader skill is okay, it's times like 64 or something total. It's a fixed 4-second move time, so maybe you'd want that for those fixed movement time dungeons. He seems to be light row based. The special thing about Latios is his evolution. So he has one of those assist evolutions where if you equip him on, you can kind of use him as equip on another card and they gain his awakening. So this is assist form, which is 2 light rows and 1 finger. Now for me, Latios out of the 5 stars is the one I want the least, just because I don't love the assist evolutions that much. Latios, however, is unique in that he's the first assist that we have seen that gives a time extend. So if you need time on a team, then you could use him. However, his leader skill and the other active's light rows means he would work best on some kind of light row. Not his leader, his active skill. And his 2 light row awakenings here would mean that he would work best on some kind of light-based team. Which might limit his uses for you. You can always not fully max his skill and maintain the benefit of the time extend, if that's what you would like to do. But one use that I would use him for on my team is I would put him onto Tifa maybe, because just stack more rows and another finger, so Tifa just becomes more of like a heavy hitting stick. And because she's light row based, his light creation will help. Also his she makes a shield, he makes a shield, so it's basically like the same thing. So let's just be like a direct Tifa upgrade for me if I got him. Let's see. You can also put him onto, I don't know, Mir or something too. Or on Mir, somewhere on a Mir team. Something that uses light rows in these fingers. Let's see. Next one would be the Dark 5-star, which is this one. Is it you? Yeah, it's Kuria. So Kuria, which is probably not called Kuria in English, is the 5-star dark base card. For her actives are not killer based. She has double SBR and 2 fingers and a nice 7 combo. Her active skill creates water and dark orbs in that kind of column thing formation and makes a time extend. Her leader skill is nothing to write home about, I believe. You get 3 seconds of move time, but you just get like time 16, so it's not much. You get a shield, I guess, so maybe you could run her with Dark Athena if you wanted to, but that'd be a very low multiplier. Speaking of Dark Athena, however, she is a devil type, so she, for me, the main use I can see for her is to fulfill the low-key double SBR slot in a Dark Athena team, which I don't have a low-key, so I would actually really like to roll Kuria. For people who don't have Dark Athena, she might have less value. I mean, 2 fingers and double 7 combo is nice, I guess, but she only has 6 awakenings, which isn't that much, and her leader skill is fine. I guess she does make 5 dark orbs for any other dark team, so you can maybe splash her around on there. But for me, I will be definitely, if I get her, using her on a Dark Athena team, because I've been running Vishnu, if you are unaware, as my double SBR, which is sad. And her active skill also pairs really well with Dark Athena's leader skill, because she makes 5 darks and 5 waters, which is more than enough for Dark Athena to combo to activate her leader skill off of. So, also Dark Athena teams, the fingers are hard to come by, so 2 fingers is pretty nice. It'd be not obviously, oops, sorry, for that like bloop bloop. It would be ideal if she had, you know, double TPA as Loki does, or an enhance, but this is fine too. I'll probably, if I get her, I'll probably swap her out with Vishnu on my Dark Athena team and put my facet onto her, so she's basically acting as Loki. So that's all the 5 stars. As a summary of those, I would like having all of them except for Latios. Latios is the one for me that falls flat, and I guess Kuria kind of falls flat for people who don't have Dark Athena, but the other 3 have triple killers, which are unheard of so far in North America. So, moving on, let's find the 6 stars bases. So, this is the first 6-star base, which is the Fire 6-star base. Her name is Enra. So Edra has 777 combos. Look at that beautiful 777 combo awakening. I would love to have her just because of that. Her leader skill is similar to Yogg. It looks like it's a times 12, not times 12. Yeah, times 12 with the shield if she matches 2 fire combos. So it's kind of like Yogg with a smaller, slightly smaller max damage, but it's kind of HP based. Like above 80% you get unconditional times 6, and then you get a shield and stuff if you match 2 fire combos. So she's like a slightly weaker Yogg, but she has 777 combos. She might be dealing more damage personally on the team than Yogg does. Her active skill is a dual orb change from water to dark to fire, and also she removes hazards and makes them into heal orbs. So a very good card overall. I would love to have her. Maybe you could pair her with Cthulhu or something if you wanted to. Like, she wouldn't be terrible with Cthulhu just because she is combo based, she's fire, and she has a similar HP clause. If you really wanted to, you could pair with Yogg, but that's not that synergistic. But 777 combos on a 6-star, that's a really high value 6-star, since the only other one we have right now is Ideal, which is 7-star in this, which is also in this collab. So great card, Enra. Moving on, let's find the water. So here is Weld, who is the water 6-star. He is similar to Latios in his main gimmick is that he is an assist evolution. So in his base form, this is his base form. He has triple TPA, so I guess like Sheet, and 2 fingers, which is nice. His leader skill is looks like it's a 4 combo match leader, and he's like times 81 if you get water and fire at once. So he's kind of like Inahime-ish and Oichi in them, except he wants to match fire and water. And his multiplier isn't as high as theirs, because they're like times 16 each, I think, for each card, and he's times 9. So his active is actually pretty cool. It's a 1-turn delay, and it's a board changer to a Erd style, so fire, water, and heart orbs, which is pretty cool on a 11-turn cooldown, which is actually very good value because Erd's cooldown, I believe, is max cooldown is 9, or her minimum cooldown. Her max, when she's max skilled, she's 9 turns. So you're getting a 1-turn delay for just 2 turns, which is pretty good, I think. But again, his main deal here is he can become an assist evolution, and he grants a TPA, a water enhanced, and a fire. I want to say it's pretty nice he could be granted a TPA. Again, with the whole assist thing, if you're not using him on a similar kind of sub, you might not want to scale him up to max. Like some cards that are TPA heavy, I mean, maybe you could have on Sheet, or Sheet's heroine other one, which I forgot what she's called, the fire water Sheet, just because though his board change is really beneficial for them, and another TPA will just kind of exponentially grow their damage that much more, except Sheet isn't used on that many teams right now. But he's a pretty good way to throw another TPA onto something. If you have a monster that has a lot of TPAs already, it'd be useful to throw another one on, especially if it is a water-based one, or even a fire one that, or even a fire on a fire team, just because his tricolor makes fire, water, and hearts. So I guess that's pretty cool. But again, I think for me, assist evolutions in general, I'm like, it's like ideally you have to like find that perfect space for them, and sometimes it doesn't exist that well. So that is Weld. The green 6-star is not that. Where is it? So Tidus. So Tidus, looking at his awakenings, looks pretty mediocre so far. He has double TPA, which is fine, but TPAs aren't in that much. No skill boosts, that sucks a little bit, and 3 RCV boosts. However, where he seems to shine the most is he has an active skill that increases orb movement time by 1 second for 1 turn, and you're like, that's boring. But if you could see here, its max skilled turn is actually 1 turn cooldown. So he is a perfect Anubis sub. Perfect. Instead of Gunma, you can use him. He has a skill bind, he has a skill bind resist, and he's basically a Gunma but a million times better. He's green, he has a finger, which is good for combo-based teams like Anubis. He has 2 TPAs, which is for more damage, and he actually gives a time increase because Gunma's active skill is actually relatively useless for the most part. It can heal you like 500 HP and does like 1 wood damage to a strong boss. So Tidus is actually a really great card for people who have Anubis. I believe if you get him, you probably don't need your Diao-chans anymore, which is kind of sad because I have a pretty Diao-chan right there. But if I get him, he is, I believe, just a better Diao-chan. Except he doesn't have a 7 combo, which is a little bit sad. But I think in all other respects, same time extend, and he is a little lacking on the skill boost. But besides that, on a long dungeon, it won't really matter anyways. So that is Tidus. He's basically a Gunma / Diao-chan replacement on Anubis team with a 1-turn cooldown. Here we're coming into the light 6-star, which for me is a really weird card. Her name is Ri. She is 3 health boosts, which is fine, team health boosts. Her active skill is a leader switch one, which is not used that often. So you basically switch to you switch this with the leader card if she's a sub, and it also increases Dragon's attack by 3 for 1 turn. So relatively strong-ish, a moderate attack increase for dragons. Now her leader skill is the really weird thing. So basically she's like the opposite of a Yogg team, in that she gets 10x attack and 10x receive when your HP is less than 20%. So, and if you're above 50%, I believe, in the American it says if you're above 50%, you will survive, kind of like Tengu, or I didn't know Orochi had that too, but like Tengu, kind of like you get your own resolve if you're above 50 HP, or 50% HP. So this one is weird to me just because I wouldn't like to hang around at 20% HP that much, and I feel like it'd be really easy to just accidentally heal back to full. In addition, I think if you swapped your leader with her in a dungeon, like whatever your other leader was isn't going to synergize that well with her. Like if you were running like Yogg, double Yogg, and then you swapped her out, the other Yogg and this thing, Ri's leader skills would not synergize, and you have to wait another like 22 turns to make it good. So I feel like she's in a kind of weird spot. Her awakenings, her active is super niche. Her awakenings are fine, they're nothing amazing. So for me, this 6-star light card falls a little bit flat. So I would actually not like to have her. So the next one, which is the last one, is the 6-star Dark, which is Nis. So Nis is a 6-star base. This is her evolved form, and you can see she has a surprisingly small number of awakenings. She does have one of like all the essential ones. She has an SBR and a skill boost, which is pretty average. She has 1 finger and she has a 7 combo, which is nice. Her active skill is a HP recovery and awoken bind recovery, and she also changes fire to dark and water to wood, so a double orb change to water to dark and wood. Now her leader skill is fine as well. It's attack times 4 if you match dark and wood, so kind of like, I don't know, like a 2 combo meta-ish thing. And she also has a cross-based component, so attack times 2 when you make wood, light, and dark orbs. However, that all in all sounds not that interesting, but she has 1400 weighted stats. So she actually has, look at that, 9200 HP. That is insane. That is more than Amatsu. Amatsu, I believe, is 9024 max HP, and she has more than him and a buttload more attack too. So she's basically 200 weighted stats above Amatsu, which puts her, I believe, as the highest weighted stat monster in the entire game. My beautiful Legend Amatsu is now 2nd place, which is sad, but he has better awakenings, so it's fine. So for her, I want to say what you would use her for the most is obviously a huge stat stick, but also she would work really, really well on a Kami Musubi team as a sub. She's basically the ideal sub because she makes the colors Kami needs, which is wood and dark. She also recovers HPs to if you're dying and you are below your Kami Musubi health limit, you can just get pushed right back up. And she also has Awoken Bind recovery for 5 turns, which is a lot of turns. Green Odin, that's like the 2nd to highest after Green Odin Dragon. Green Odin does 5, and he's currently the 2nd best Awoken Bind recovery. Freedom Dragon also doesn't count because he just does full bind recovery. He's insane. Excuse me. And all of that on a 10 turn cooldown. Oh my god, that's a lot of value for a 10 turn. I think Green Odin's like bind clear is like 8 or 9 turns or something, like just by itself. And this you get a double orb change and an HP recovery. Like, oh my god. She's a perfect Kami Musubi sub from what I can see. And even if she's not, I might even just throw her onto other dark teams where you don't need water or fire orbs, because she removes those and she would do really well, I think. So that is all of the cards. So overall, my impressions of this REM are... What are my impressions? I'm going to be rolling 3 times, I believe. 2 times and 1 with the free roll. This, I think, is pretty comparable to the Heroine's machine. I think you should roll in this machine if you are in a similar place to that in which you would roll for the Heroines, in that your monster box is pretty well developed and you need stuff to fill in niche roles, which is kind of like what the Heroines are for. A lot of their use lately has been in these one-shot challenges or these like multiple floor challenge dungeons, or stuff like 3-player co-op where you need like just that one interesting card to like do hella damage. For instance, like, I don't know, Sheena, I believe Sheena and Mito were both really useful in the last set of challenge dungeons. It's for like those niche things like that. However, I want to say overall I would probably prefer, me personally, I would prefer rolling in the Heroines, just because I feel like their active skills are better, especially in the 5-star range. There's also more leaders that are good in the Heroine Egg machine in general, like Mary D. Nalis and Julie are both really good leaders. This one, I think the best leader option is Ideal, or Idea in American, or in English, sorry. Oops, sorry for that like screen thing. This one, I want to say the active skills of the 5 stars are not as good as the Heroines. Like for the Heroines, I would really love a Sheena, the bicolor dark and light, Momiji, who has a follow-up attack. None of these cards have follow-up attacks except for Nei, which doesn't really count because she's a GFE really. Like Momiji has 3 fingers and a follow-up attack and a tricolor board changer that's really good for a 5-star. Even Mito is pretty good as a 5-star, but these things are all still pretty good. They are unique. I would love to have them. They fulfill the extremely niche roles as niche as they can get, because only these 5 stars here have those triple killers. This is also the first collab where we have double 7 combos. Sorry, triple 7 combo on 2 of the cards, which is insane. So my overall review, for these kinds of machines, you want to look at the 5 stars, I think, which is the worst ones, because those are the ones you're probably going to roll. If this is anything similar to the Heroines or the Monster Hunter collab, I believe the Monster Hunter collab rates was something like Amatsu and Diablos for 1% each, or something like that, 1% chance of getting them. The 5 stars in that collab were somewhere like 70-75%, and then the 6 stars was like whatever the rest of that is, so like 20-ish percent. 20-some percent chance of getting them. So if you maybe rolled like 4 or 5 times, you might get a diamond egg, is what it was for that. So I'm gonna assume it's similar for this collab. So looking at the 5 stars, again, it's an overview. I personally would want all of them except for Latios. Latios for me is the least useful just because I don't use Tifa that much as is. Like, Rose are not that in right now. And I'm not a huge fan of the assist evolution, because you just have to find, like, put the action skill wise, you really want it to be perfect. I guess as a perfectionist, I would want it to go on the perfect card, and Tifa would be its main use, but I don't use Tifa that much. I really would want, really would love to have Chattel, because I don't have a triple devil right now. I do have Sephiroth, and I do have Fenrir Viz, so number 6, the God Killers, I can kind of replicate. Kiri, I have a lot of Tsubakis, can kind of replicate. But I would still really love Kiri because I don't have a Puppeteer. So I would really want Chattel, Kiri, and Kuriya because I don't have a Loki. So Kuriya will be my Loki replacement for Dark Athena. Out of the 6 stars, they're all good for me except for Ri. Even Weld is pretty good just because he has an assist evolution that is one of the most powerful active skills you can have. I believe Red, Sonya, and Zu are the only other 2 board change assists we have right now. And he's the only one that only assist evolution that makes hearts too. That's a board change that I can think of off my hand. So Enra, again, 777 combo is amazing. Weld, I'd probably put him onto like a sheet if I had one, or some fire or mono water team that needs him as an assist like that. Tidus would be a really great, although I do have two Diao-chans, but I would swap out my Diao-chan with him immediately because he's one turn, so I can use him every turn. Ri's weird, I don't want her. One of you, if you can think of a better use for Ri than I can, that'd be great, but I don't want her. That's kind of weird. Maybe for some speed farming. Oops. Should have put on Do Not Disturb. So then we have lastly Nice, who is that huge stat stick. If I had a Kami Musubi, I'd love her. Otherwise, you can throw on some Dark Team that she works on. Highest base stat total in the game, amazing. And lastly, in the 7 stars, we have Ideal and 5 Days. We're all great cards to have overall. Rainbow board change, which even though Rainbow is kind of dying, but it works for her because she has a Rainbow leader. 777 combos, and of course Ney is her double TPA double 7 combo. Tricolor board change, which is amazing. So overall, I will be rolling probably 3 times in this collab. It's pretty good value, a lot of very niche uses or unreplicatable uses. Well, you can kind of replicate the killers and stuff with the other dual killers, but these are the first triple god killer and not killer god killers, triple killers and 777 combos we have so far, and it's pretty exciting. And I will be rolling. Let me know what you think of this collab, if you're gonna roll it or not, how many times you're gonna roll, and I think that's everything. Some random stuff. Oh look, I have a new logo there. Beep beep. That's my friend code. I'll be rolling a little bit more in Godfest Day 2. I think, in my opinion, Gunko should have said this tomorrow because this being announced today might result in less rolls for the Godfest today. But I still want Yarg, so I'm gonna roll today a little bit and save 20 stones for this thing. Also, it's December 1st, so the December quest dungeons are coming out, and I will upload some clears of those once I do them, which hopefully is very soon. I believe that's it, so hopefully you enjoyed this video of these. I'll let you see the beautiful Ideal one more time. And I forgot how I was going to end this video. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.